This is Valley News Live at 10.
We begin tonight with breaking news as police are looking for a man who used a handgun to rob the Casey's General Store at 1401 South University. An investigator tells Valley News Live that the man walked in wearing a mask and showing a gun around 7:30.
He left on foot with an undetermined amount of money. A K-9 unit was called in but was unable to pick up a cent. At least 6 squad cars were on the scene and nearly a dozen officers are working on the case.
Well, I mean, we didn't have a lot of witnesses to it. Obviously, the witnesses were the clerks. It was a very tense moment for them, so they're trying to recount, exactly what happened as far as clothing descriptions and stuff like that. And then, obviously, we have to have an investigator come in and start reviewing video, canvassing the area, checking to see if other people saw things.
Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall joins us live from the scene with more. Veronica?
I'm at the Casey's here on 14th Avenue South and University Drive. Now, as you can see behind me, it's dark. That's because the store is closed while police continue their investigation. Employees are still inside giving their statements to officers. Now, several of the officers that were here at the scene earlier have left, but that doesn't mean the investigation is over. They say at this point they're not searching a specific area for the suspects. At this point, we don't have a good description of the suspect. All we know is that they are wearing a mask and had a gun. So any information is crucial. If you know anything about the robbery that happened here tonight, give police a call. In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
All right, thanks for that live report, Veronica. And you can look for updates on this story on valleynewslive.com and tomorrow morning on the Valley Today.
Got notified is because she shared it right away with them.
Peaceful South Fargo neighborhood was rattled by a break-in today. No witnesses to this particular crime except a doorbell. But that lone viewer may have helped stop the crime from spreading.
The home on 19th Street South was hit just after 11 this morning. Police say the suspects forced their way into the home through the front door, splintering the door jamb to get into the house.
They left with a gun safe and some other items. No one was home at the time, but the suspect's images, as you can see, were caught on camera thanks to the homeowner's smart doorbell.
The images from the victim's smart doorbell are helping police with the investigation. But as Valley News Team's Veronica Marshall found out, it's not the only technology that was used today to protect local homes.
Even as she was learning about the extent of her own misfortune.
We do know that there was a safe with a firearm inside it, stolen, and some electronics.
Today's victim was quick to make sure her neighbors were aware and alert.
From my understanding, she did share some information with her next door neighbors, the Next Door Neighborhood app, that social media, to, a heads up and maybe if somebody else noticed them, anything like that. Police say technology is playing a larger role in keeping neighborhoods safe, from smart doorbells capturing images of suspects. All patrol officers have a still shot from the video, so they're aware. To neighbors sharing important information online. Nextdoor really acts like a virtual neighborhood watch where you can talk to your neighbors about any sort of suspicious activity that's occurred. Now, officers hope the community can return the favor by identifying the suspects, which can help today's victims find closure. In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
The suspects are described as 2 black men in dark-colored sweatshirts and jeans. If you think you recognize either of the men, you're asked to contact Fargo Police.
See if this sounds familiar. We're bracing ourselves for bitterly cold weather tonight and tomorrow morning, and some of us might even see snow overnight. Hutch is standing by to tell us more.
Yes, it's brutally cold out there already. Wind chills approaching 20 to 25 below in our region, and it will get colder as temperatures drop. Still holding on to a few flakes through northeast South Dakota, but the snow quickly exiting. No significant accumulation at all, just dusting for amounts. Wind chill advisory once again with temperatures that will slip down to 10 to 20 below by daybreak for many across the valley, with the warmest weather being to the far south. So a cold start to your Friday. We'll tell you how it finishes up and look into the weekend ahead next.
Which we hope is a little nicer.
I do hope so too.
Thanks.
Injuries on the football field are no surprise. With the reputation the contact sport has, officials are tightening the rules to make sure players are as safe as possible.
Valley News Team's Ashley Holcomb spoke to parents, coaches, and others in the area to see how they feel about the changes.
I mean, any rule that allows the kids to be in a safer environment is good. So forcing the kids to have the proper equipment it's the correct way to go.
The National Federation of State High School Associations Football Rules Committee has tightened their regulations with safety in mind. High school football players who are detected with missing or improperly worn equipment during playing action will be removed from the game for at least one down, unless the improper equipment is directly attributable to a foul by the opponent. Fargo School District's Director of Student Activities believes the rule will only improve the game's overall safety.
Yeah, I think the key is player safety. You know, that's number one. But I think another part of this is since the concussion rules came about, and the rule now is that if a helmet comes off, that player is removed from the field for a down. I think they've seen that that's been very successful, and now they're expanding it to the other pieces of required equipment, to where I think coaches will be more aware of it and players will be more aware of it, and you'll get greater compliance because we know that players don't want to miss downs.
And Moorhead High School's head coach Kevin Feeney is more than happy to learn of the enforcement.
Anytime the people that are putting the rules out there, it's for the safety of the game, and with all the scrutiny that football is under right now about safety, I think it's a great rule, and it's going to continually get better as far as the implementation of those type of rules.
Parents Heather Westland and Casey Johnson are relieved to hear of the new implementation, as safety has always been their concern for their son, and watching him get tackled hasn't always been easy.
I haven't. Mom might have.
Mom just doesn't really like that, but Mom doesn't like getting hit herself.
Overall, everyone can agree that the safety of the children is the biggest concern, and this rule will only increase that. In Fargo, Ashley Holcomb, Valley News Live.
We also reached out to West Fargo. They say as a district, they do not have any issues with the new regulation surrounding equipment, nor do they see any issues with the ability to comply. The regulation will be in effect for this upcoming football season.
Some local teams were battling on the ice tonight, raising money to fight cancer. The stands at the Coliseum were packed with supporters at tonight's 8th annual Stick It to Cancer fundraiser. There were 3 hockey games. This one featured the varsity girls from Fargo North and South competing against Davies. Later, the boys took the ice. There was a silent auction, raffle, chuck-a-puck, and bake sale, among other things. The money raised will go to the Dakota Medical Foundation and then on to support people in this area who have cancer.
So not only are they playing these games in honor of Stick It to Cancer and Lend a Hand Up, they actually have sold T-shirts, done their part trying to raise money, and it's just fun to see the kids get involved and understand what they're doing and where that money is going.
Since it started in 2010, the event has raised more than $125,000.
When the men's and women's curling teams compete in the Winter Olympics, they have a lot of fans from this region cheering them on. That's later on Valley News Live at 10.
Plus, a shot of bad news for tequila lovers.